Hi, fellow musicians and music lovers. To my left, this is Sandy. I'm Shawn. The mountain lion that you may have seen just jump off the keyboard is one of Sandy's cats, Curly. And this is Under Consideration. In this show, we talk about songs that we have under consideration for recording and releasing on albums as standalone singles or possibly on EPs. And for this episode, we're going to discuss a cover. For this show, we discuss both originals and covers that we're considering recording. And today, the song that we're going to discuss is Angel from Montgomery, John Prine tune, which I'll let Sandra D discuss it a little bit more because I first heard it because she brought it to a band that we played in a few years ago. So.
And I first heard Angel from Montgomery with John Prine and Steve Goodman. And Steve Goodman is was a very talented young man and died of leukemia a few years back. But he and John Prine, during his early years, bluegrass and acoustic music, I heard their recording of that. And then I heard Bonnie Raitt, who supposedly that's who John Prine wrote the song to record, was Bonnie Raitt. And then I've heard another version of it by John Prine. But I liked it because it's a very poignant tale in 3 verses. So.
And I think that's a reason why I like it too. Another thing is it's just a good tune, and especially if you play in like a cover group, especially like a countryish, folkish oriented cover group, it's an easy tune to learn. It's got, is it 4 chords?
Maybe 4 chords, maybe 5. 5, yeah. D, C, and D, the minor, and the F.
Yeah. Kind of depending on which key you
yes.
play. that you played it.
Yes.
So I mean, when Sandy brought it to us, when I think we were all part of the Shade Tree Jam Band, we picked it up relatively. We picked it up quickly. I think the first time she played it, we were able to catch on, and so that's one reason why it's under serious consideration for being included in an album that includes some John Prine covers. We'll give more details about the album later as we move from pre-production into actually recording it. But it's a good tune, it's got good lyrics, it was easy to pick up, and it lends itself well to various types of instrumentation. I've programmed the keyboard here, programmed it as a musette, which is kind of like a French accordion, and we use that. I've played this as an upright grand piano, we've done that, and bass goes well with it, especially like an upright bass. I think you can kind of see that behind me there. But like an upright acoustic bass or bull fiddle, as I've heard it called in the movie Some Like It Hot, which is one of my favorite films.
Yes.
And it looks like one thing that we're considering doing is possibly including a fiddle part that includes Bob Berker, who's part of the collective and is our youngest member at 91. I say that facetiously, of course. And I've gotten to call him Young Fella, which is actually something Cecil B. DeMille called Glory Swanson. So anyway, the Young Fella probably contributed a fiddle part. Looks like that Phyllis Hopper, who plays cello and 6-string guitar. It's based in Hutchinson, Kansas, about 4 hours from us. Will probably contribute a part too, maybe a cello part. All of that's kind of under consideration. I can't think of any serious or even any minor cons. Can you, Sandra D, for why we should not record this?
I cannot. It works itself well into a regular set for any kind of group. it lends itself well for sacred and secular, being as how the theme of it is Angel from Montgomery. So it's, I think it's an all-around very good song. Of course, I know a John Prine fan from way back, as well as a Christopherson fan from way back, as well as a Denver fan from way back, as well as a Everly Brothers.
Just a lot of folks.
Just a lot of folks in that during that time period that I went off to college and I studied. I studied some classroom stuff, but mostly it was playing guitar and playing bridge.
Oh yeah. So we'll wrap this up by posing a few questions for you, the viewers, to answer down in the comments section. What do you think of Angel of Montgomery, and what do you think is the best version of it? Is it on Rate's version? Is it a John Goodman?
Steve Goodman. John Prine.
It's the heat, I tell you.
It's the heat. Yes. And it's not just that; it's the humidity.
Yeah, and it's the humidity.
Oh.
I say that because we're here in Missouri, and it's early July, but it's warm, so that's why you can hear the gentle hum of
my air cooler,
of Sandy's air cooler in the background. So I'll blame my slip up on the heat. Anyway, do you think that the John Prine Steve Goodman, I got it right that time, you think that version is maybe the best version? You think Bonnie Raitt's version is the best version? Is there another version that maybe you've heard that we don't know about? Go ahead and post it in the comments section below. Have any of you who are musicians, whether you be amateur or professional, any of you recorded it or covered it? Was it an easy song for you to learn? Was it easy to work out the arrangements? Just let us know. And the last question, are there any other John Prine songs that you've covered or you think have good cover versions to them? Like I say, let us know, and we'll catch you again soon. And take care, and if you're in the hot Midwest like we are, stay cool.